please.
Your Holiness.
Yes, welcome
I
once
have,
again.
yeah, back at you.
Yes.
I have a project that I'm working on that might answer some of these questions. Is cooperative farming, and the guy that we're using as our consultant did cooperative farms in India and Bangladesh for 14 years. Took Indian villagers from $100 a year income to $2,000 a year
very good.
income, and also increase the income of the people that donated the land to the project, because all the land there is owned. You know, it's not like in South America where there's lots of land and you could, or in America where you could just buy a piece of land and do what you want. So anyway, we were looking forward to the cooperative farming project, and I've been thinking about asking the Ahmadiyya community to help with it. You know, to actually, we would provide the money, and you guys, you know, provide the leadership. And so that'll be something we'll talk about later. But something that goes hand in hand with that, the buildings that we had in mind of building for the people to live in on these cooperative farms would be built according to ancient knowledge of proportion, around which almost everything grows. It manifests itself most evidently in the way a seashell spirals out, but also the human arm, you know, our human body grows in the same way, you know, spirally. Everything grows in a spiral. And I wondered if in the Quran there was any talk about these proportions.
In fact, you have drifted from one subject to another.
Yeah, right.
In a flow whereby I could not precisely say when you change your position from this to that. So you have touched upon many subjects.
Yeah.
I'll take them up one by one, if you permit me. As far as the cooperative societies are concerned, Islam is all out for such things. Cooperative. Even cooperative insurance, cooperative banking is legal in Islam. But the laws of the countries where such corporations grow interfere with this system, so that the element of usury is always introduced. This is the main problem. So I don't know what conditions prevail in your cooperative societies in India, cooperative farming societies, but who lends the money? This becomes the question. And where does he get his money from? And if it is like the ordinary bank loans, on which bank guarantees a flow of profit back to the bank, then it would influence the societies as well. On the contrary, I mean, apart from this, we, as Jamaat Ahmadiyya, have been experimenting with these things. While we loan out completely free of any obligation to pay back more than what was loaned out to such farmers who make a cooperation. I have been experimenting on this, but the problem is that the present standard of honesty in the world is very low. The result is that it is not the usury which strikes, it is the lack of morality which strikes. And the people who are made in charge of these things, like NGOs, etc., they indulge in things which completely destroy the whole project. So there are many problems which we confront because of lack of morality, growing lack of morality in the world. We started working in Africa in various NGOs, and some governments trusted us much more than they trusted their governments to be instrumental in promoting NGOs. But we respectfully drew away, took our hand off this project, because our experiment was not very successful, only because of some let me say, dishonest people, or at least those who did not care much about honesty. They tried to spread their personal influence of gains at the cost of the other members who should have been given equal rights. So these projects I ultimately abandoned because they might have earned a bad name to the honor of Jamaat, which was entrusted by countries like Canada and some other countries. As I said, they said, you go ahead and do whatever you like, we'll support you. I said, thank you for your support, but let's withdraw, please. Right?
Mm-hmm.